A while back I had the idea of building a wind tunnel for testing the drag of arrows. I decided to build one. Now, some of you who know anything about wind tunnels will spot the obvious mistakes. I mean, we all know that a wind tunnel should have a nice big flared air entrance at the top to let the air flow in smoothly, but I can add that later. This is just something to try the principle. The other big problem is having a fan to suck the air in. Well, this down here is the top of my dust extractor turned up the other way, and the air hole for the fan inlet, is surprisingly small diameter. If I lift off the wind tunnel, there you can see the hole's pretty small, and you can see the fan in there. Just to give you an idea of scale, there's my thumb. So yeah, that's what you've probably worked out the principle by now. The arrow will dangle from here into the airflow, which is flowing down. The weight of the arrow will be shown on the digital scales. When I turn the airflow on, the extra drag will pull this down harder, and we should be able to read an increase on the little scales in theory. Now, I don't know if that will work, and I have to pan rather a long way back so you can see the whole thing. Right, we're nearly there. What I've been doing is trying to glue a very thin thread to the end of a little flight arrow. Now, one of the problems with this is airflow, because I did a back of a fag packet calculation to show what the airflow from that dust extractor is, and it's rated at 183 cubic meters a minute. Well, it just takes a bit of arithmetic to turn that into an airflow through that area, but of course the figures are only approximate, therefore when it's as a dust extractor there's extra resistance and all the rest of it. So it's like I say, it's a back of an envelope calculation. But my original calculation was based on a 3-inch drain pipe, or a 60mm drain pipe, whatever, and that only came out at 52 feet per second airflow. Well, this is about a third of that volume, so we should be about maybe 150 feet per second, which isn't bad for some basic testing. I mean, the whole thing might not work, this is just to prove the concept. So I've got to wait for that glue to dry, and then through the magic of video editing we'll see if it works. There's the arrow dangling in the wind tunnel, and I don't know how well you can see, it's sitting fairly central. Numbers are shifting a bit, there's some where the arrow's swaying. What I'll do is we'll turn on the suck, see if it makes a difference. It's going to make a hell of a noise. Blimey, that certainly proved the theory, proved the principle. It's worth going ahead and making a better wind tunnel. Oh, we can see the arrows flapping around. I'll peer down there. I'll shine some light in from the side, and we can see if we can see what happens to the actual arrow, see if it's rattling around and hitting the sides. I've got my light shining in there. Let's see if we can see what happens. Brilliant, you can see the arrows spinning. You can really see what the flights are doing. That is a superb result, considering it's just a cobbled together bit of stuff. I shall quit while I'm ahead. What I could probably do with is a little anemometer to measure the actual wind speed in the tunnel. But yeah, well pleased with that.